Hey everyone. So today is December 27th, and this is my second video for today. My first video is a health update video, which you can check out after this video if you have not watched it as of yet, because it's a short health update video and it's important. Anyways, well, all my health update videos are really important, you know. Um, Anyways, back to the conversation of today's video. Last year, I think it was last year at least, I asked you guys a strange question, a strange but interesting question on my YouTube community polls. Now, I am known for asking some strange, completely just weird questions to you guys on my community polls. However, this question I asked last year was pretty interesting. So now I don't have the quote right in front of me, but um, from from my memory, I asked you guys a yes or no question. Is it a good idea to have a company that employs, well, a video game company that employs trans women, only trans women? And a lot of you guys, I think, said it's a bad idea. And a few people, I would say at least two people, commented and said that, nope, that's a bad idea because your company will be taken over. And yeah, obviously activists will take it over. And, that's a good point, because when it comes to a lot of companies, not just video game companies, I have noticed that many of them were overtaken over the past few years by activists. And it's really difficult to just to have something so fantastic and valuable, but then to have that same thing be taken over by activists, that basically means that all your hard work has been flushed down the toilet. So the idea the idea is made with good intentions. However, I never thought about the fact that activists can overtake a company, even if it is fully employed with trans women. Now, I get where people are coming from, because at the end of the day, when it comes to trans women, everything has gotten so political, and I would say that when I was younger, at least, you could say like 2014, 15, and 16, it wasn't super political, but it became overtly political as the years went by. And and I wouldn't be astonished if I ended up having a video game company fully comprised of trans women, but then it ends up being completely subverted by activists. I wouldn't be surprised by that, because these things can happen. And a part of me wants the idea to go through and at least find a way so it can be activist free, or at least you could say completely uh you could say armored from such kind of takeovers, uh obviously, to have a plan like that, it's going to be really difficult. Regardless of that, I still like the idea. Now you may be wondering why. Why not just hire other game developers? And I have no issue with when it comes to like other types of games. You can hire whoever, really. But when it comes to this type of like game company, I want to focus on TG games. Now, TGTF games, I made a video on this, and in fact, I also made another video on this, and I'm not sure if I uploaded it. It was me talking about some other TG stuff, not necessarily video games, but those ideas can be transferred digitally into a video game. Anyways, regardless on that, I did mention about a TG video game, and I would like there to be more TG video games. However, I don't think everyone will be comfortable to work on this type of game. Now, when it comes to game development, I don't have enough knowledge. I don't even have a good computer to work on those type of stuff. So obviously, I will need help, and a lot of help, for the TG stuff. And that's the thing, though. It's going to be really interesting. Like, I think it would be much more fitting to have more trans women work on this type of games because it's more comfortable. But at the same time, I also feel like I also understand the worries that people have about things getting completely taken over, you know? So I feel like, you know, I either have to completely and swiftly learn game development and get a really good computer to work on these type of games, because I'm not talking about mere visual novels. I'm talking about like 3D games, that's you can I did a full video on this by the way, so I'm not going to repeat myself, because when it comes to the TG ideas, I am really obsessed over them, and the game ideas really sound fantastic. It's just unfortunate that I don't have the skills or the technology to work on them. And honestly, even if I ended up making it on my own, I know it's not going to be fully polished. So I at least need to hire a few people who are comfortable with this type of content. Now, maybe things will change. We don't really know, but still, the idea of having a trans women only gaming company, it is interesting. It is interesting. And yeah, tell me your thoughts about this. I know it's really strange, but it's good to at least think about these things now and then. Anyways, bye bye.